Hello, everybody, and welcome into this afternoon's broadcast here on YouTube. Play-by-play coverage of Fulham and West Ham United in a London derby from Craven Cottage, home of Fulham. It's West Ham who perhaps have top four ambitions, at least Europa League ambitions, looking to finish in the top six at the least. And meanwhile, for Fulham, it's a team that is looking to crawl their way out of the bottom three, currently in the relegation zone. And now at this point in the season, every game seems like a game that Fulham must win. We're underway from Craven Cottage on a Saturday evening from England, a 5:30 local time kickoff, as West Ham are going from right to left in this first half, Fulham left to right. Let's get to the starting lineups first for Fulham, who are in a 4-2-3-1 formation. It is Alphonse Areola in goal. The back line consisting of Anthony Robinson, along with Tosin Adarabioyo, as well as Kenny Tete and Joachim Anderson. In the midfield, it is Bobby Reed, Harrison Reed, as well as Mario Lemina. And then up top, it's Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Ademola Lookman, and Ivan Cavallero. For Fulham, excuse me. And now for West Ham, meanwhile, it's Lukasz Fabianski in goal for the Hammers. At the back, it's Aaron Cresswell, Angelo Ogbonna, Craig Dawson, and Vladimir Sufal. Declan Rice and Tomas Soucek, the holding mids. And the rest of the midfield made up of Saeed Benrahma, Jesse Lingard, Jared Bowen, and then up top it is Michael Antonio. Jesse Lingard, who in his debut for West Ham midweek scored twice. Of course, didn't get a ton of playing time this season for Man United. I think a good move for Lingard and a good pickup by West Ham as well. Mike Dean is the referee. Lee Mason is the head official in the VAR room. An early free kick opportunity for West Ham. And it's a curling ball sent over the bar by Craig Dawson. Never a threatening strike, as Areola saw that one going off target right after it came off the boot of Dawson. Scott Parker in charge of Fulham. David Moyes, the manager of West Ham, in this London derby. A big game for both teams for separate reasons. This is the 24th Premier League meeting between the two sides. Fulham with just 4 wins, West Ham 15. And these two sides have drawn on 5 occasions. Ogbonna here to deal with this ball and sends it off of Cavallero to win the throw-in. The throw-in taken away by Fulham. Here's Ruben Loftus-Cheek. His strike blocked. Second effort. Ricochets and eventually cleared by West Ham. Now Fulham have it back. Fulham are winless in their last 5 games. 3 losses, 2 draws. Meanwhile, West Ham have won 4 out of their last 5, coming off of a 3-1 win against Aston Villa midweek. And they haven't dropped a single their only loss in their last 5 came to Liverpool, which, was expected in a way. Fulham with a bright start early on. Loftus-Cheek finds Harrison Reed. Now it's wide with Bobby Reed. Cordova Reed finds Loftus-Cheek, who lays it back. The strike blocked in front. In the way of that effort was Craig Dawson. Now it's wide with the U.S. international Anthony Robinson. Robinson has it taken away by Jared Bowen. Brave header there from Anderson. Perhaps a high boot from Antonio. Nothing called, and here come Fulham again. But that ball given away straight to Saeed Benrahma. It's a good start by Fulham, a team who, of course, have lots of work to do. It was a very poor start to the season for Fulham, and I think that hurt them a lot because they have been playing significantly better, the last month or so. I feel like they have been a team who've improved because at the beginning of the season, they were completely outplayed by many of even the mid-table clubs in the Premier League. Off of West Ham, and the Cordova Reed will leave it for Kenny Tete, the right back, for the throw-in. Here's Teta, and West Ham clear. Long ball intended for Antonio. Broken up by Anderson, the center back and captain of this Fulham team. Tosin down the line. Soufal back to take care of that Fulham threat. And it is a goal kick. Alexander Mitrovic left on the bench to start the game, which is an interesting decision from Scott Parker. Here is Tete. Played wide by Loftus-Cheek. Chasing it down. And winning the corner kick is Ivan Caballero. First corner of the game on the way. It's been all Fulham on the attack. Sharp start by the home team at Craven Cottage. And here comes the delivery. It'll be an outswinger from Adamola Lookman. Lookman with the outswinger. The header popped in the air, and now it drops down at the edge of the area, laid back to Anthony Robinson. Robinson to the edge of the box, and it's dealt with by Tomas Soucek. Here's Soufal. Rice goes long towards Antonio, who lays it back for Jesse Lingard. He's immediately dispossessed. Fulham back with it. Here is Alphonse Areola, who was with PSG before Fulham. Jesse Lingard, as I mentioned, 2 goals in the win at Aston Villa last time out in the Premier League. His West Ham debut couldn't have gone any better. Well, I suppose he could have got a hat trick, but a brace in your debut is not too shabby at all. Goal kick on the way for West Ham United. No score early on. Yeah, Fulham, they have to be more clinical in the final third. They only have 17 goals this season. That's been a huge concern. Their defense is shored up. Their defense is pretty, they have a pretty solid back line. Here come Fulham. That cross took a deflection off Ogbonna, but in the end, Fabianski able to deal with it. Yeah, sigh of relief from Angelo Ogbonna. That could have easily resulted in an own goal. Here's Benrahma through tight space. And a handball called against Fulham. So a free kick on the way, quickly taken by West Ham. Ten minutes played, 0-0 in this London derby from Craven Cottage. Fulham winless in their previous 11 Premier League matches. 4 draws, 7 losses, the longest current winless run in the Premier League by far as well. I think the next longest streak is 5 or 6. So it's been a long time since Fulham have won a game in the Premier League. Declan Rice finds Craig Dawson. Soufal gets it back from Lingard. Now on the near side, it's Cresswell. 0-0. Interesting to see if Jesse Lingard can score again for the Hammers. Scored 2 in his debut on Wednesday against Aston Villa. Lingard, who of course made the move from Man United to Aston Villa. Fulham currently in possession. Now it's back with Areola. And Lookman has it taken away. Maybe a chance here for West Ham. Bowen with the delivery. Controlled by Benrahma. He lays it back for Cresswell. Great cross in towards the back post. But the ball's out of play, and the chance was there for West Ham. First real opportunity of the night for West Ham. And this was a great delivery in from Aaron Cresswell. Lovely ball in. And Rama just laid it back to Cresswell. This in-swinger was brilliant. And my goodness, Bowen nearly got on the end of that delivery. But by the time it got to Souček at the back post, the ball had gone out of play. Here come Fulham as Loftus-Cheek gets tangled up with Benrahma. And it will be a foul against the Hammers. Free kick on the way. A rainy night in London. It's usually rainy throughout England at this time of year, isn't it? An entertaining start, though, to this game. This free kick will be taken by Lookman. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Lookman with the delivery. And at the edge of the box, it's dealt with by Declan Rice. Rice plays it ahead, but Robinson gets there first for Fulham. And all the way back it goes for Areola. Fulham in possession. De Cordova-Reid. And that ball played by Tete is sent out by Ogbonna. Throw in for Fulham. 14 minutes played, 0-0 between Fulham and West Ham. It's a London derby from Craven Cottage this evening. Or this afternoon here stateside. Keita into the midfield. It's a decent looking ball, but cut out by Soufal. Now in the midfield, here is Jared Bowen. Back for Soufal. Cresswell goes wide for Benrahma. Benrahma in the middle, lays it wide. Good delivery in. Headed away by Tosin. And now Fulham can counter. It's Ruben Loftus-Cheek across midfield looking for support. Loftus-Cheek finds DeCordova-Reid, but it's stolen away by Bowen. Bowen goes wide. Now it's Saeed Benrahma. Quarter of an hour in, no score. Benrahma plays it for Cresswell in the overlap. Delivery to the near post, but it's into the hands of Areola. The possession early on, pretty even, 55 to 45% slight edge going to Fulham. Fulham also have the slight edge in shots, 3-2. Neither team, though, has tallied a shot on goal through 15 minutes yet. Here's Loftus-Cheek, who finds DeCordova-Reid. Now Tete over to Tosin. That pass nearly stolen, but it's kept by Fulham. Played wide by Lookman. This delivery, not the one Lookman was looking for. However, I believe it took a deflection, and it will be a Fulham corner kick. So a good chance here. A corner kick on the way. And Lookman will head over to take it. Second corner kick of the game for Fulham. Driven across to Loftus-Cheek, who brings it down. His strike blocked by Ogbonna. It cannot be kept in. And another corner kick, this time on the near side for Fulham. Yeah, that was nicely defended by West Ham. We'll see what Fulham can do here from the set piece. Once again, it'll be Lookman with the delivery. West Ham entered the match fifth in the Premier League, just 2 points behind fourth place Liverpool. And that is headed away by Soucek, out for yet another corner. That's why I said at the top of the broadcast, depending on, how West Ham do in the next month or so, a top four spot, could it be, a legitimate talking point for this West Ham team? I think a realistic expectation or a goal is to battle for a Europa League spot and get top six, but you never know. It's been a crazy season in the Premier League. This is played ahead by Robinson, and the cross by Anderson is blocked. Here come West Ham the other way. Streaking forward is Benrahma. A little nudge from behind, but a clean takeaway by Cavallero. He goes wide to DeCordova-Reid. Now it's Harrison Reed. Into the middle with Lookman. This is Tosin. Tosin out wide. Now it's Tete. Harrison Reed into Lookman. Lookman had it cut out by Declan Rice. Excellent defense by Rice, the captain for the Hammers. Looked like Lookman was actually going for the nutmeg there. Maybe not the best decision in that situation. As West Ham will play it across the back. About 20 minutes in. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in this afternoon. 0-0 between Fulham and West Ham. It's a London derby from Craven Cottage. First season back in the Premier League for Fulham, and they're looking to avoid going back down to the Championship. Currently in the relegation zone. That is off of Harrison Reed. Corner kick on the way. Jesse Lingard yet to really get some Jesse Lingard really yet to get on the ball that much, but we'll see what West Ham can do from the set piece. Cresswell to take it for West Ham. West Ham pretty good on set pieces this season. Headed away, but it's not out. Soufal ahead to Bowen. Bowen clips it in. Headed out by De Cordova-Reid, but it's not cleared yet. Beautiful ball by Cresswell. He finds Benrahma. Benrahma cuts to his right foot. Back to Rice. Rice with a shot. And Areola had the near post covered. But West Ham looking more and more promising. A good chance for Declan Rice. Fulham will switch fields over to the far side. With it is Robinson. And for the first time in a while, there will be no midweek matches for any teams in the Premier League. There's no there's not a Premier League match day midweek first off, but there's also no cup competition. So that is a rare little break, I guess you could say, in the schedule. I mean, throughout the season, pretty much every team in the Premier League and in all these leagues in Europe have been playing, twice every 3 days, pretty much, due to the congested schedule, due to the late starts of the season and the COVID-19 pandemic. And then next week, we'll see the Champions League return. I can't wait to be on the call for Champions League matches here on YouTube. Should be a whole lot of fun. Midway through the first half in this one, 0-0 the score. And then this summer, the Euros, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait for Euro 2020, which will be played in 2021. Even the Gold Cup as well. We've got Copa America and the Olympics, hopefully. It should be a great summer of sports, but a great summer of soccer in particular. Long ball here. Anthony Robinson comes away with a steal. The U.S. international Anthony Robinson. He goes back to Areola. Fulham will work it out of the back. Look at available substitutes for West Ham. David Martin, Fabian Balbuena, Andriy Yarmolenko, Manuel Lanzini, Mark Noble, Pablo Fornals. That's not even the whole list, but there's some real good talent on the bench for West Ham. This is a team that has a lot of good players, and a lot of those players that I listed, just maybe a couple months ago were starting. But obviously, as the season has gone on, David Moyes has had to make some tough decisions. "24 minutes played." A look at the Fulham available substitutes: Marek Rodak, Michael Hector, As I mentioned, Alexander Mitrovic, Tim Ream, the U.S. international, Joe Bryan, Joshua Onama, Josh Maja, Andre Frank Mazzuro as well. Here's Loftus-Cheek, the former Chelsea striker, of course. Nice cut by Loftus-Cheek. Declan Rice could not take it away. And this is now Saeed Benrahma. Nice ball played ahead for Jared Bowen. Bowen defended by Tosin. Bowen gets the cross in towards the back post. And Lingard will leave it. A corner kick as the delivery took a deflection on the way. Quick corner kick taken by Lingard. He gets it back from Cresswell. Lingard, the ball in, and the header just over from Tomas Soucek. And he thought it should have been a corner kick. He thought there was a deflection off his header. We've seen a lot of good deliveries, especially from this left side. Lingard with the in-swinger. Soucek got up. Yeah, that might have gone off the head of Lamina. But it went unnoticed. Yeah, Mario Lamina used to be with Southampton. He spent last season on loan at Galatasaray in Turkey getting some playing time. And now with Fulham back in the Premier League. Oh, this falls nicely to Lookman. Lookman, the left-footed strike. But in the way was Craig Dawson. Nicely done by Dawson. And Fulham quickly take the throw-in. But yeah, going back to that last opportunity for West Ham, it all came off of great decision-making from Lingard. He decided to take the corner kick quickly. It caught Fulham a bit off guard, and it nearly resulted in a goal for the Hammers. The rain pouring down in London at Craven Cottage tonight. It's been rainy throughout the day in England. The game before this one, up in the northeast part of the country, between Newcastle and Southampton that I caught the end of, it was just as bad. I'll tell you about the day's earlier action at halftime. Some very entertaining games earlier in the day in the Premier League, and some intriguing score lines as well. I'll also tell you what's on tap for the rest of the weekend. We've got some great matches in this match day of the Premier League as well, even later today. Bowen commits the foul, falling through the back of Lookman. Declan Rice for Tomas Soucek. Wide it goes for Cresswell. Cresswell, the long ball forward. Getting on the end of it is Michael Antonio. And it will be a throw-in for West Ham. Fulham come away with a steal. Nice first touch by Loftus-Cheek. Wide for De Cordova-Reid. Back in the middle with Loftus-Cheek. He finds Harrison Reed. That pass taken away by Bowen. No score in this London derby. Fulham looking to get out of the relegation zone with 3 points tonight. They would not do that. They, plenty of work. They have plenty of work cut out for themselves if they want to get out of the relegation zone. But still, a win could go a long way for this Fulham team, who are winless in their last 11 Premier League matches. Meanwhile, for West Ham, they're in 5th place. They're right there, just outside of a Champions League spot at the moment. If they could get the win and Liverpool loses to Man City tomorrow, then West Ham would go in the 4th. Here is Jesse Lingard. It's taken away by Fulham. Maybe an opportunity here. Tete to Lamina. Now Anderson out wide for Tosin. Half an hour in, 0-0 between Fulham and West Ham. Thanks everyone for tuning in here on YouTube. Here is Anthony Robinson. Now Joachim Anderson. Over to Mario Lamina. The possession hasn't changed much, 56 to 44% in favor of Fulham. Total passes also in favor of Fulham. Passing accuracy 83 to 75%. Fulham with the edge. But overall, it's been pretty close. Declan Rice wins this ball for West Ham. Now it's Michail Antonio. Now it's Ogbonna. He'll get it back from Aaron Cresswell. And that's out of play for a Fulham throw-in. David Moyes taking some notes on the West Ham sideline. "33 minutes played." Yeah, West Ham with 38 points through their first 22 matches have made it the club's best ever Premier League start. They had 39 points in the Premier League all of last season, finishing 16th. Remember, West Ham just barely escaped relegation. They had a really down year last year, but a big bounce back season so far. Here come Fulham. Low driven ball. That's cleared by Cresswell. The flag was raised anyways, as Robinson was offsides down the left flank. As I mentioned earlier, Fulham, no wins, 7 draws, 4 losses in their previous 11 Premier League matches. Their last win came all the way back on the 30th of November at Leicester City. But, the fact that they've had 7 draws in their 11-game winless streak shows that they've been close to they've had a chance to win a lot of those games as Antonio looks to cut it back. But it's stolen by Harrison Reed as Antonio was looking for Lingard. Now this is Caballero. Chance for Lookman. And the strike just wide of the post. The opportunity was there, and Lookman just did not appear to strike it cleanly. And he had other options as well. It was always a strike of, of hope, it appeared. He did have some teammates on both sides to play it to with 10 minutes left in the half. Still a 0-0 game. Last Premier League meeting between these two teams was November 7th. West Ham beat Fulham 1-0. Tomas Soucek scored the match winner in the 91st minute. I actually remember this game quite well because Fulham then had a chance to tie it in the 97th minute, I believe. And it was Lookman, as a matter of fact, who took the penalty kick for Fulham, and he tried the Panenka down the middle. Fabianski was not fazed one bit, and Lookman really made a fool of himself. That did not go down well whatsoever. Just a stunning ending to that game, really. A reminder that Premier League action continues this weekend with the big one tomorrow. It's Liverpool and Man City, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. That will be must see. That's given away by Lingard. Nice Maradona by Lookman. Now played to Tete. Anderson to the keeper, Areola. And his clearance goes straight to Soufal. Soucek. Ogbonna to Cresswell. West Ham trying to build something here. Can they get a goal late in the first half? Can either side get a goal late in the first half? There have been some opportunities for both teams, but none of them have been, really great chances. Neither keeper has had to come up with big saves as of yet. Lamina finds De Cordova-Reid. Back for Lamina. Late stages of the opening half. Nice ball over the top. Taken down nicely. Caballero's cut back. Sent away. It will be a throw-in for Fulham. Yeah, that was a beautiful ball. Lofted over the back line of West Ham. And it was controlled nicely by Caballero. And he just could not. You could see his intention, but he just could not get the pass through to, I believe, it was Loftus-Cheek. This throw-in will be taken by Tete. 39 minutes in. And that's a wasted throw-in as it can't be controlled by Harrison Reed, and it's given right back to West Ham. Well, as I mentioned, when these two teams met earlier in the season at West Ham, it was a game where it came down to stoppage time in the second half, and a late winner scored by Soucek. By the way, Tomas Soucek has had a phenomenal season for West Ham. But then, that's the story of that game was really the Lookman Panenka on the penalty kick. Fulham had a golden opportunity to at least get a point, but could not take advantage. Throwing for Fulham. A little over 5 minutes left in the first half. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in this afternoon. Tosin gets away from Benrahma. Now all the way back for Areola. Areola, the long ball forward. Controlled by Dawson. He'll send it back for Fabianski. And a foul has been called against Jesse Lingard. Yeah, Fulham have really struggled to get production in the attacking third. They've only scored 1 goal in their last 5 home matches in the Premier League. This is Tosin. Now it's Tete. Joachim Anderson, the captain. Now it's Tosin Adarabioyo. Reed to Loftus-Cheek. Maybe Fulham can generate something here. Nice one, too. But Soufal will hook it clear. It's kept in play on that far side. Played back by Cavallero. Now at the edge of the box, it's Loftus-Cheek. His pass taken away. Declan Rice looking for Antonio. But it's Anderson with the intervention. Here's the cross by Robinson. And the header from Cavallero goes right into the arms of Lukasz Fabianski. Fulham take it away. Here's Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek wide for Tete. Here's Lamina. 3 minutes left until we reach first half stoppage time here on YouTube. This is now Kenny Tete with it. Wide it goes from Loftus-Cheek. Here is the Cordova Reed. He goes wide. Now it's Slookman. Loftus-Cheek finds Lamina. Lookman with a drive, but he sends it across the face of goal. It might have been partially touched by Fabianski. Let's see this again. No, sorry. I was seeing things. That was far off target from Adamola Lookman. See how much stoppage time we have in this first half. Fabianski takes the goal kick. This is played from Anderson back to Areola. He sends it to midfield, but it's one back by Fulham. Here is Soufal. In tight confinement on that far side. Fulham come away with a steal. Soufal with the recovery, and he wins a free kick. Lingard goes down, no foul called. And now taking it ahead is Cordova-Reid. Trying to skip by Rice, could not do so. It's now flicked back by Lamina to Loftus-Cheek. And a shove in the back from Jesse Lingard. He's got to be careful. And now holding on to the ball. Yeah, Lingard really hasn't got involved as much as he probably would have liked so far in this first half. And no stoppage time added on to this first half. That is it. 45 minutes in the books. 45 to go from Craven Cottage. And it's Fulham 0, West Ham 0. Fulham, with this result, would go to 15 points, remaining in 18th place. West Ham, with this result, would go to 39 points and remain in 5th in the table. Both teams would like the 3 points. We'll see what the second half has in store. I'll be back in a moment for the halftime report. Don't go anywhere. Welcome into the halftime report here on YouTube. Fulham and West Ham tied at 0-0 after 45 minutes of play from Craven Cottage. Thanks everyone for tuning in on this Saturday afternoon here stateside. Saturday evening, of course, in England across the pond. Looking over some first half highlights, first real opportunity came 12 minutes in for West Ham. Beautiful delivery from Aaron Cresswell, and Jared Bowen just inches away from getting on the end of it. But it went all the way across and eventually out for a goal kick. Then in the 26th minute, quick corner kick taken by Lingard. He'd get it back from Cresswell. Another great ball in from Lingard. And at the back post, the header by Souček just over the bar. As Lamina slightly threw him off, that was all that needed to prevent Souček from creating a real opportunity. Then 35 minutes in, Lookman with what I'd consider a half chance for Fulham, as his strike went wide, didn't quite make the contact he was looking for. So not many highlights to show. West Ham did have the better of the opportunities, despite Fulham outshooting the Hammers 8-4 in that first half. I thought Fulham had a really good start. They looked promising on the attack, but it's the same old problem with Fulham, where they really aren't that big of a threat in the attacking third. And that's something they need to change if they want to have a chance of staying in the Premier League next season. And the shots on goal were just 1-1. Yeah, as I mentioned, West Ham, what I was most impressed by was well, first of all, they have been very solid on defense. They had some real good deliveries, especially from the left flank. And despite being outpossessed 61 to 39%, West Ham did have the better of the chances, as I mentioned a moment ago. And Fulham have to figure out a way to pose more of a threat in the attacking third. They've had 4 corner kicks, and I think set pieces is really where Fulham could look to take advantage if they can't, do any damage in the run of play. And it hasn't really been a choppy game. Neither team just able to really get the type of momentum they've been searching for. There's only been a few fouls. The pace of play has been fine, but both teams will be looking for more in the second half. 0-0 the score at halftime in this London derby from Craven Cottage. I'm back in 30 seconds to recap some of the biggest action earlier in the day elsewhere in the Premier League. Welcome back in, everybody. It is the halftime report. Later on today, it's a big one. Man United Everton. That's at 3 p.m. Eastern time from Old Trafford. That should be fantastic at Old Trafford later tonight. Under the lights, prime time in England. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Carlo Ancelotti facing off. Man United look to keep their title hopes alive. Everton looking to get back on track. Meanwhile, tomorrow, it's the biggest game of the weekend. Liverpool against Manchester City, 11:30 a.m. from Liverpool, England, from Anfield. That should be fantastic. Liverpool, it seems like a must-win situation for them. If they want to stay in the title race, Man City can separate themselves from the rest of the pack as well. That's going to be a whole lot of fun tomorrow. I'll be back for more on the halftime report. Stay tuned. Welcome back in, everybody. Halftime between Fulham and West Ham in this London derby at Craven Cottage. No score after 45 minutes. We'll see what the second half has in store. Both teams would like 3 points. Can either one take the full 3 points? We'll find out next. Second half action on the way. Don't go anywhere. Welcome, everybody, into live play-by-play coverage of Fulham and West Ham. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Sorry, just sorting out some issues I had with the live chat. I went on my stream at halftime and saw that people were contributing to the live chat, but apparently I couldn't see that on my end. So I apologize for that. But I will look to fix that. But nonetheless, I appreciate you guys tuning in. We're set to begin the second half here. Fulham will kick things off. No score after one half of play. No changes at the half. And away we go in the second half. It's now back with Lukasz Fabianski. And so in possession are Fulham. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Second half just started. Still no score. Anthony Robinson. Back to Lamina. He gets it back from DeCordova Reed. Now it's Tosin with possession. Back to Areola. Fulham working it out of the back. And a foul called. West Ham have a free kick on the way. The foul committed by Anderson. A little push from behind. This is a dangerous position here on the free kick for West Ham. Yeah, Anderson from Denmark. He's on loan from Lyon in France. 3 men on the wall for Fulham. Soufal will send it in. Well, now that I was able to finally pull up the comments, Joe asked, who do I think will win? I thought West Ham coming in. I'm sticking with my pick. Pedro, I only speak English. I apologize. Although I know a couple of Portuguese phrases, and I speak a little bit of Spanish. But I can tell that you're a Brazil fan. You put in the Brazil flag. I know qual means what, or which. I'm not sure what the question was, though. I apologize. And Isaac, thanks for tuning in as well to the broadcast. I appreciate that, Isaac. Sorry that I could not access the comments in the first half for whatever reason, but now I have them up on my phone. So I will. I love conversing with those of you who tune in, as Fulham will have a free kick. Caballero will take it. Standing over it is Ivan Caballero. This is a good opportunity for Fulham on the set piece. And it's driven off the wall. Fabianski couldn't deal with it cleanly, and it's out for a corner. It's a decent free kick from Caballero. It actually went off the face of Tomas Soucek. It's taken short. Cross popped in the air, and now West Ham looking to clear. Benrahma can't do so. It's won back by Anderson. Anderson with a great ball ahead. The one-timer just over the bar from Bobby DeCordova-Reid. DeCordova-Reid not too far off on that strike. What a chance that was. Yeah, nicely weighted pass, and then on the volley, DeCordova-Reid just couldn't keep it down. Could not control the height of the strike, and he has a club high 5 goals in 19 Premier League appearances this season. So if there is going to be a goal tonight for Fulham, it most likely will come from that man, Bobby DeCordova-Reid. However, when your leading scorer on the season has just 5 goals, that tells you that there's been a problem for Fulham on the attack. 5 minutes gone in the second half, 0-0 between Fulham and West Ham in this Premier League London derby on a Saturday evening. This is wide for Robinson. Robinson's cross headed away. Now it's Harrison Reed who goes wide. Lamina towards De Cordova-Reid. Breaks for him, but with the intervention was Saeed Benrahma. Entering today's match, Fulham were in 18th on 14 points. West Ham in 5th on 38 points. As I mentioned, West Ham at the end of last season only finished with 39 points. And a draw, if this result held, they would equal last year's point total. And what we're barely, over the midway point of the season. That tells you how much West Ham have improved. Fulham's first season in the Premier League in a while. They were down in the Championship, got promoted, and now here they are, back in the Premier League, trying to stay in the Premier League. Currently in the relegation zone. That's out for a Fulham throw. It's taken by De Cordova-Reid. Into Lookman. Lookman threads it through. Here's a chance. The chip just wide from Loftus-Cheek. Sent it into the side netting. Fabianski did well to come out immediately and cut down the angle. But that's really the first time we've seen Fulham with a clear-cut opportunity. Yeah, perfectly weighted ball by Lookman. And Loftus-Cheek just couldn't quite put it on frame. He had the right idea, just could not quite execute in the end. Fulham now with it. Loftus-Cheek holds up play. Now it's out wide. Nice switch over on the near side for Robinson, who has it taken away by Jared Bowen. Here is Soufal. And he's fouled by Ademola Lookman. There was some movement on the bench. David Moyes, it appears, is set to make a couple of changes. Looks like Noble and Yarmolenko are set to enter the match. David Moyes looking for a spark off the bench. We'll see if they can get that. Oh, thanks for joining. I appreciate that. Sia Rule. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I cannot provide the link to the match. This is just play-by-play and live reaction. As I cannot provide the link for copyright reasons. I apologize. 55 minutes in, square ball by Lookman. And at the edge of the penalty area, it is a foul on on Fulham. Declan Rice taken out, and it'll be a free kick going the other way. But I appreciate you stopping by. Although I can't show the game, I am giving play-by-play in real time. So if you want to stick around, I'd greatly appreciate that. basically like a radio broadcast here, where you won't miss any of the action with my commentary. And here come those changes from West Ham that I mentioned. It's Noble and Yarmolenko entering for the Hammers. So Yarmolenko replaces Ben Rama. And Noble will come on for Jared Bowen. So those are the two changes. We'll see if it can provide a difference for West Ham. As that's a foul against Fulham. Free kick on the way for West Ham. Tete whistled for the foul. Set piece opportunity on the way. Well, we'll see what type of delivery is sent into the area. Fulham with a high line at the edge of the box. It's towards the back post. Souček kept it in somehow. Now it's laid back to Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko will flick it ahead. Cross from Souček, dealt with at the near post. Sent out by Tosin. Fulham still under some pressure. Loftus-Cheek goes down, and Yarmolenko is called for the foul. "58 minutes played in this London derby, and still no score." Appreciate you guys tuning in as I get my YouTube channel off the ground and running. I'll be doing plenty of play-by-plays of a variety of different sports. I love a lot of sports, to be honest. You know, soccer, basketball, baseball, football, hockey, even tennis. I might do some Australian Open broadcasts, which gets underway tomorrow night here in the East Coast of the U.S., that is. Australia, I think they're 16 hours ahead of the Eastern time zone here in the U.S. And I will be on the call for the Super Bowl tomorrow. I am looking forward to that. This is played wide by Lamina. Here's Adamola Lookman. Lookman onto his right foot, into the area, and West Ham managed to get it out as it's sent up the line by Aaron Cresswell. We approach the hour mark. Still no score. Tosin and plays it ahead. Now it goes wide for Robinson. That clearance goes all the way down to Areola. "30 minutes to go." This is played over to Harrison Reed. Still no substitutions made by Scott Parker and Fulham. Worked nicely to Loftus-Cheek. He'll lay it wide. Tata to the back post. And a save made by Fabianski. It was well worked by Fulham, but still no goals for either side. Yeah, Lingard's had a very quiet night. I'm still waiting for him to come alive, but he's been almost invisible, really. It's been a very quiet night after he scored 2 goals in his debut on Wednesday against Aston Villa. That deflects off of Souček. Ball played ahead for Michail Antonio, and he is offsides as the flag was raised. Here come Fulham again. That service from Caballero is dealt with by West Ham, and maybe the Hammers can create something the other way. It's Yarmolenko, the Ukrainian. Into the middle with Souček. Now Declan Rice. Lingard finds Cresswell. Souček on the edge of the penalty area. Rice now. One, two, and it's out for a throw-in. Noble sends it wide. Yarmolenko back to Noble, still waiting for the breakthrough goal. Souček now opens it up. Now to the left-hand side, it's with Aaron Cresswell. That ball popped into the air. Anderson's header can't win it for Fulham, and it stays with West Ham United. Into the middle, it's Mark Noble. Rice goes wide. Lingard. Patient build-up play from West Ham. Now the delivery and the header struck the bar. What a tremendous opportunity. Tomas Souček in disbelief. No, rather it was Soufal, excuse me. Vladimir Soufal with a golden chance. And once again, it's a great delivery sent in from that left side. This time, that was as close as they got to goal. The Soufal header off the crossbar. And it remains 0-0. Fulham can't clear. But that pass is taken away. Here come Fulham. It's Harrison Reed into Lookman. Lookman out of room, and Lingard comes back to take it away. Nice work by Jesse Lingard. He's now on the ball down the right wing. And a foul against Robinson. Lingard wants to take it quickly, but he'll wait for some of his teammates to get up the pitch. Player down for Fulham. That is Harrison Reed. He's reaching at the back of his leg. That's not a good sign. But he does appear to be all right. We'll see about that. He is staying in the game. No medical attention needed at the moment, anyways. 66 minutes played. The free kick taken by Sufal. Noble has it taken away. Remember, Fulham entered the match 18th in the Premier League, 9 points from safety. Although a draw wouldn't be the worst thing against West Ham, they'd like all 3 points. Here comes Jesse Lingard for the Hammers. Lingard sends it wide for Sufal. Sufal cuts it back. Now it's Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko to the end line, and he'll leave it. It is off of Robinson, and a West Ham corner kick coming up. Another Fulham player down, meanwhile. Can't quite tell who that is. Oh, I believe it's Tata. He does appear to be fine. The goal kick will be taken by Areola. We're at the midway point of the second half and still no goals from Craven Cottage. We'll see when Scott Parker decides to make his first substitution of the game, which could come any moment now. Anderson's header. Ogbonna could not take it away from De Cordova-Reid. Here is Harrison Reed. Back to Areola. Here come Fulham on the attack. It's nudged forward, but Ogbonna cuts it out. Here's Mario Lemina. 20 minutes remain. When will the first goal come, if it comes? Here's Anthony Robinson. Reed finds Tosin. De Cordova-Reid will win the corner off of Soucek, and an opportunity here for Fulham. Lookman will take it. The header just over the bar. What a chance that was. It wasn't too far off from Tosin. A really good corner kick taken by Lookman. Wow. So close was Tosin right there. Both teams have had better chances in the second half, but neither able to capitalize yet. As Fabianski takes the goal kick. Here's Loftus-Cheek. Now it's Ogbonna. Wide it goes for Robinson. An awkward ball for Cresswell to deal with, although West Ham now take it away. That ball too far ahead of Antonio. And Fulham are back with it. A high boot there. Nothing called. Fulham retained possession. Here's Lookman for Fulham. Too far for Decordova-Reid. As West Ham get prepared to make their final substitution, I should say. Mikel Antonio will come off. Fredericks, his replacement. So that's the final change of the evening for West Ham. This goes out for a West Ham throw-in. Soufel will take it. About a quarter of an hour remains and still no score. Lookman's pass off the mark, but he wins it right back. Lookman again with possession. Threading it through, and a foul called as Caballero was taken down, and that'll be our first booking of the night. Yellow card shown to Angelo Ogbonna. Fulham have been dominating this half. 75 minutes played, still no score. And here comes the free kick for Fulham. So Lookman will take it. 5 men on the wall for West Ham. The rain continues to fall down in sheets at Craven Cottage. Fabianski on his line, ready for the strike. Lookman a deep breath. Oh, just off. That looked promising as it came off his boot. Oh, man, he had the right idea able to curl it around the wall, but just not enough bend on it to tuck it into that right corner. Just off the mark was Adamola Lookman. Suchek takes a stab at it. Pursuing that ball is Yarmolenko, but it's Arriola who comes out to secure it. It looks like Scott Parker is set to make his first substitution very shortly. Long ball cut out by Craig Dawson. Here now is Tosin. Wide for Lamina. Reed plays it wide. Here now is Tate. Reed nearly dispossessed. Tate gets it forward. Deckard over Reed into Caballero, who's skied it over the bar. Fulham getting closer and closer to that opening goal, but still have not found it. It's been all Fulham right now, really for the majority of the second half. Yeah, that was an excellent pass from Deckard over Reed to set up Caballero, who just got it all wrong in the end. This is lofted ahead to Yarmolenko. And he was in an offsides position as the flag was raised. Here comes the change. Alexander Mitrovic will enter for Fulham. Robinson comes out. It'll actually be Maja to replace Robinson. And Mitrovic will come on for Lamina. So 2 changes made by Scott Parker. We'll see if those changes can make a difference. "79 minutes in. That's off of Tosin. West Ham quickly take the throw-in. Goes to Yarmolenko. There were some claims from Fulham players that there was a handball. Nothing called. And West Ham will prepare for the set piece. Cresswell to take the corner. 10 minutes left plus stoppage time. Is there a late winner in this one? Curled in, head into the air, bouncing ball around the penalty spot, controlled by Ogbonna. Back it goes to Noble. And a throw-in given to the Hammers. Now it's West Ham with a bit of a flurry here. The rain just pouring down. It's a downpour in London. This will be left for Cresswell. Into Rice. Cresswell finds Lingard. Oh, nice bit of ball movement. And Tete is able to clear for Fulham. West Ham will go all the way back to Lukasz Fabianski. Here's Adamola Lookman. Pass cut short, but it goes right back to him. Harrison Reed taken out by Noble. Advantage given by Mike Dean. Fulham still with it. Now on the attack. Here's De Cordova-Reid towards Maja, the substitute. Maja tracks it down. Back to Loftus-Cheek. Now it's Harrison Reed. He finds Loftus-Cheek. That shot takes a deflection. Ends up wide. Corner kick on the way. It was actually Mitrovic, with that opportunity. Fulham giving it everything they've got. Corner kick cleared, but Tata goes out wide for Lookman. Lookman onto his left foot. Bouncing ball. Mitrovic hit it cleanly. It just goes wide. He was claiming for a corner, won't get it. That was nicely hit by Mitrovic. Just couldn't put it on target. Fulham can use one more substitution, and they'll use it right now. Andre Frank, Zambo, and Guisa will come on. De Cordova-Reid will exit. And so both teams have used all three substitutions here in the 83rd minute. One by Loftus-Cheek. Here's Tosin. Here's Anguissa. This cross out of the area, but now it falls to Anguissa. The strike, though, right to Fabianski. Fell nicely to Anguissa, who just came on for Fulham. Had the power, just not the direction. Now it's West Ham the other way. Lingard is offsides. Tosin's pass controlled by Lookman, and Loftus-Cheek will win the throw-in for Fulham. 5 minutes plus stoppage time remains. A great one. Coming down to the wire at Craven Cottage. The rain not letting up in the slightest. Foul there was Cavallero. And they'll move it all the way back to Areola. Here's Tosin. Here's Anguissa. It's Lookman again. Harrison Reed to Mitrovic. Now Tata with the cross. Header popped up. Just over the bar from Loftus-Cheek. The frustration really starting to kick in for Fulham. They've had chance after chance in the second half. Yeah, well, that's full. Yeah, it is Fulham's season in a nutshell, isn't it? They just can't finish. Here's Jesse Lingard, who's fouled by Anguissa. A West Ham win would put them up to 4th place. Soucek at the edge of the area, joined by Ogbonna. Goes into the mix. Not far away was Soucek, who got his head to it, it appeared. Here's Harrison Reed. 89 minutes played. The rain pouring down. We'll see how much stoppage time we get. This is Cavallero. Cavallero crosses it in. Laid back. The strike just wide from Loftus-Cheek. What a chance. When it left his boot, it seemed like it was heading towards that far post. Wow. What a chance. It's like a yellow card has been given for time wasting. Chance after chance for Fulham. But nothing going for the home team. There will be 4 when it's added on. Is there a late winner, or will this end in a 0-0 draw? Cresswell will take this throw-in. And a foul committed by West Ham. 3 minutes left now. This ball's tracked down by Tosin. Lookman all the way back. Stretched wide for Lookman again. That's off of West Ham. Fulham throwing. This game not over yet. Sufal kept it in, but it's stolen by Harrison Reed. And Reed looking wide, but it's off the mark. As Lookman is limping a bit, it appears. Under 2 minutes left. And Soucek is fouled by Anderson. That'll be another yellow card, just the second of the game. First against Fulham. Jesse Lingard standing over this free kick. This could be the last chance for West Ham with a little over a minute left. On a rainy night in London. Lingard's with the in-swinger, but they'll make Lingard retake it as there was a collision before the delivery between Soucek and Mitrovic. Mitrovic down for Fulham, rather. It was accidental, but Mitrovic did take an elbow to the face there. Yeah, that was not intentional by Soucek. Lingard will retake the free kick. Time running out. There is a VAR check taking place for a possible red card for violent conduct. I just don't see how this would possibly be a red card. He was just lifting his arm up. This was completely accidental. There was no harsh intent, ill intent on that elbow from Soucek. And Mike Dean is going to head over to the monitor to look at this. Wow. We'll see what Mike Dean sees in it. He goes over the monitor to take a look. I'd be shocked if he got sent off for this. That would be a disgrace, honestly. It was completely unintentional. Soucek just lifted his arm up, didn't even know Mitrovic was right there. Wow, I'm surprised the decision is taking this long to make. Mike Dean's taking a long, hard look at it. And we'll have stoppage time on top of the stoppage time, now in the 96th minute. Well, Mike Dean continues to watch replay after replay. He's made his mind up. Let's see what happens. It's going to be a red card. Thomas Souček sees red. It's unbelievable. I can't believe it, and I think West Ham can't believe it either. Wow, very harsh decision. I think many would agree with that assessment. So Souček heads to the showers. There is still a West Ham free kick on the way. What a wild ending to this game. So West Ham now playing with 10 men after Souček was shown red here in the 97th minute. Jesse Lingard will send it into the box. Lingard. Headed out by Tosin. Now it's wide by Noble. Can West Ham get it in the box one more time? Here's Noble again. But the flag is up. And that should put a wrap on things. "98 minutes played. Here come Fulham, up a man now. Here's Tosin. Good ball to the back post. Cut back to Mitrovic. But in to take it away was Declan Rice. Fulham once again send it forward. Rice will shield that out of play. A goal kick for the visitors. And the final whistle coming any moment now from Mike Dean. And indeed, that is it. It's all over at Craven Cottage. A bizarre ending to a game in which both sides had plenty of opportunities, but no goals in the end. 0-0 the final between Fulham and West Ham. Fulham remain in 18th, a missed opportunity for them as they remain in 18th on 15 points. West Ham, meanwhile, stay in 5th on 39 points. Had they won, they would have gone up to 4th ahead of Liverpool. The big talking point of this game will be the Souček red card, which I think was wrongly given. And I believe many are in the same boat. Fulham 0, West Ham 0, the final score. I hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. It'll be an interesting talking point, that Thomas Souček red card. As Mike Dean walks off in West Ham, pleading their case, clearly in disagreement with the ultimate decision made. My thing is, Mike Dean, he had to look at it, 12 times? Clearly, if he had to look at it that many times, he didn't know whether or not he should have shown red. But that was the decision. Still one more game to come in a jam-packed day of Premier League action. And that is a big one from Old Trafford. Man United and Everton on the way at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Meanwhile, tomorrow, it's the best game of the weekend. Liverpool host Manchester City from Anfield. An 11:30 a.m. kickoff here in the East Coast. That should be a big one. Jurgen Klopp, Pep Guardiola, Here is the full slate tomorrow at 7 a.m. It's Tottenham Hotspur and West Bromwich Albion. Then at 9, Wolves take on Leicester City. As I mentioned, 11:30, it's Liverpool Man City. Then at 2:15, it's Sheffield and Chelsea. To wrap up the weekend's action, some Monday Premier League football at 3 when Leeds take on Crystal Palace. Well, that will do it for my broadcast, everybody, as I am Samuel Reese signing off, saying so long, and I'll see you tomorrow for Super Bowl 55. But before that, let me just go over the highlights quickly of this one. Just to wrap everything up, I know there were no goals, but there were chances. 12 minutes in, West Ham had a great delivery, but unable to finish was Jared Bowen, just out of the reach. 26th minute, off a corner kick. Lingard with another great service. The header from Souček just over the bar. The opportunity was there for West Ham. They couldn't cash in. Then at the other end, 35 minutes in, Lookman with a half chance here. Didn't get a clean strike away as it was sent wide of the goal. And that would really be it for chances in the first half. Second half was mainly dominated by Fulham. In the 53rd minute, Loftus-Cheek with a great chance. Wonderful through ball by Lookman. Fabianski closed down the angle, and Loftus-Cheek just unable to finish as it went just wide. Meanwhile, another opportunity for Fulham later on in the half. A header from Tosin would go just wide. Then in the 72nd minute, we'd see Michail Antonio pull up a bit, and he would have to come off with what appeared to be a hamstring injury. And then Fulham with another chance. Lookman's free kick curled around the wall, just wide of the post. Wow, multiple wonderful chances. Then in the 78th minute, it would be sent over the bar by Caballero. Opportunity after opportunity. Then another opportunity would come late on. 90th minute. And the strike from Loftus-Cheek. Just wide again. Fulham with so many chances. They really would have deserved the 3 points had they got the victory. Then the 93rd minute, this is where the controversy would take place. Before the free kick was sent in by Lingard, what appeared to be an accidental shoulder or elbow to the face of Mitrovic from Souček would end up being a sending off. I'm just not sure. I still think it was harsh, but Souček sent off, and it would finish 0-0. And for Fulham, the longest current Premier League winless streak continues at 12. The next longest winless streak is Southampton at 5, and then West Brom at 4. It's not even close. West Ham and Fulham playing to a 0-0 draw. That will do it, as I'm Samuel Reese signing off, saying good afternoon, and I'll see you for Super Bowl 55 tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern between the Bucs and the Chiefs. Can't wait.